Well, hello, brothers and sisters. Welcome back to our study of Proverbs. This look at instruction, counsel, direction, if you will. And as we saw last time, it's really all about the attitude of the heart. Will we receive it or not? Will we recognize the good of it or not? And of course, a reminder, we need discernment though, and not just gobble up anything that's being said. Well, we'll kind of continue down this path of the right attitude, the right way of receiving or not instruction, as we look at the next couple of Proverbs that speak to it. So yeah, we'll look first at this attitude to have and the recognition of the efforts involved, if you will. Here's what I mean. Listen to advice and accept instruction, that you may gain wisdom in the future. So we go for the simple idea of listening to it, which we were saying before, right? You got to listen to it, you got to receive it. But as we're going to see in the next couple of Proverbs, there's more to it. Here he talks about accepting it. So yes, listen to what we'll have to say, but take it in. Humbly receive it, accept it, see the good of it. And don't miss that it's for your future. We like the here and now. Give me an advice to make the right decision right here. But Proverbs reminds us this wisdom is for our day-to-day life, for the rest of our life. Keep note of that. Keep that in your mind, in your pocket. This notion of it's not just for now, it's for the rest of your life. As we continue with this necessary effort, and we see two Proverbs tell us, incline your heart and hear the words of the wise, and apply your heart to my knowledge. For it will be pleasant if you keep them with you, if all of them are ready on your lips. I hope you're seeing all the actions, the imperative, the commands. Incline your ears and then hear it. Now the hearing is one thing, but I would say the inclining is you're actively seeking instruction. You don't think you figured everything out. No, I know how the Bible works. I know what it means to be. No, you're inclining it. You're seeking it as if you don't have it all. And you apply it to your heart. You put it in. I need to live like this. And of course, you then keep it. You live it out. It even goes to the point of you're able to share with others ready on your lips. Because you've so assimilated it and lived it and recognize how best it is, then you can tell others about it. And here's the reward that comes out of it. It's going to be pleasant. I love it. I love it because we sometimes come to the Bible as if it's a way to get stuff. Do what God says and you'll be blessed. You'll succeed. Your family will be happy. But Proverbs reminds us wisdom itself is the gift because it gives a good relationship with God. It's going to be pleasant. But we'll keep in mind the reward aspect as we look at more efforts we need to put in. Apply your heart to instruction and your ear to words of knowledge. Hear, my son, and be wise, and direct your heart in the way. Now here we're seeing kind of a mirror effort on the part of these two verses that are not side by side, but still. You apply your heart so you can continue to walk in that way by your heart. You listen to the words, so hear what I'm saying to you, my son, to be wise. You kind of see how it begins and ends, in a sense, with the notion of your heart leading you in that direction because you seeked out to listen and to know this wisdom. So I like all these efforts who are reminding us of everything we need to put in and do to get this wisdom. And it's so more than just reading the Bible or listening to a sermon. There's so much more of an effort called upon us to truly have the wisdom and to have it in our life for the future, right? For the day-to-day. And we continue to look at the efforts. Listen to your father who gave you life, and do not despise your mother when she is old. Buy truth and do not sell it. Buy wisdom instruction, and understanding. So now there's still this positive commands. Listen to your father. Buy truth. You understand, when you buy, you're giving up money, which you probably want to keep, to get something. And here's truth. It's understanding and instruction and wisdom. I'm sacrificing my money, which is important, to get something that's far better. Knowledge, wisdom, truth of God. Don't miss that. Not stuff, truth of God. So we see the positive, but there's also that negative attitude that we were seeing before. Do not despise. Do not sell. He talks about the mother being old, possibly, as many commentators were saying, because in the book of Proverbs, in the idea of knowledge, is that more older a person is, more wisdom they might have, more mature they might be. So this mother, who's now old or older, probably has more to share, so definitely don't despise what she has to say. A little bit like a mom who had her first child compared to a mom who raised 4 grown kids now. She'll have a bit more wisdom than the first one. So don't despise it. Don't reject it. Don't sell it. Again, when you sell something, you don't see the value in it, the need for it anymore. I'm getting rid of it because I don't want it. Don't do that with wisdom. It might not give you the stuff you want. It should be all you need. So buy it. Sacrifice for it. But don't have that negative attitude. This starts 2 branches, I would say. 2 branches of the same river we've been looking at. 2 attitudes when it comes to this fountain of living waters. Saying that, a scoffer does not like to be reproved. No. Like a fountain of living water, if you will. And I'll come back to that very soon. But these 2 rivers, 2 paths, one goes against the current, one goes forward with it. One attitude will give you pleasantness, the other, as we will see, will bring you much, much pain. Yeah, we'll continue looking at both of them. Looking at the anti-current. When it says, a scoffer does not like to be reproved, and he will not go to the wise. Remember, the scoffer is the mocker, is the fool. One who rejects anything that comes from God, his truth, his wisdom. So this scoffer, he doesn't like reproof, not even instruction. And especially not correction, which is the idea of reproof. So he'll definitely won't let go to the wise. I don't want to be instructed by Christians, Bible-thumping believers. That's the scoffer. Interesting attitude. Take note of what this current looks like. Because then we're going to compare it to the other one. The ear that listens to life-giving reproof will dwell among the wise. I hope you've seen kind of the connection and the contrast with what we just saw. Where here, the one who listens, compared to the scoffer, will have life-giving reproof. Still reproof though. As we saw last time, it's not just about being willing to be instructed, but even corrected. To be told, you know what, you might be wrong about this. Whoa. But it's life-giving though. This will make it so you dwell among the wise. Where the scoffer doesn't even want to go see them, you will live among them. There's a sense of you'll become one of them, one of the sage, one of the wise yourself, because you're so receptive of being corrected. So we're going to continue to look at these 2 currents as we look at a scoffer seeks wisdom in vain, but knowledge is easy for a man of understanding. We really see the 2 rivers compared one to another, right? Where this scoffer, who is seeking wisdom, right? The fool still wants to know how to live here, how to make it in life. But he's going to search in vain because he's going to look at every other source but the one given from God. Compared to this man of understanding, which is the wise man, which is the good son who receives knowledge from the Father? Well, he's going to find it easy. Not in the sense no efforts is put in. We saw the efforts. But it'll come to him because he has the right kind of heart. A heart that says, I want to hear. I'm seeking it. I will live it. You can correct me. That kind of heart will find it easy. A bit like Jesus when he talks about take my yoke, which is easy to bear. Even though it's still commandments, it's going to be easy for the heart that says, because I love you, I know that it's right and I want to obey you. Same kind of thing here. We know it's better, and so it's going to come easier because we know and we want that. Continuing on the comparison, we can read the teaching of the wise is a fountain of life, like before, like I was saying, that one may turn away from the snares of death. So now we're looking at the positive side again. It's a fountain of life itself. And will also rescue you, keep you from going down those snares. Again, it's for the future as well, not just the here and now. In the future, it'll be light before you, so you'll see all the traps. And of course, you see the two bookends of life and death. Keep death in mind when you jump to the other side of the river and read, there is severe discipline for him who forsakes the way. Whoever hates reproof will die. The one who receives it will be kept from death. The one who doesn't want it. The one who forsakes the way and hates correction, that person will die. Of course, in literal reality, it's figurative. It's spiritual, poetic language. And there's a sense it could be true, but it's more of a imagery language. It's comparison between the two we just saw. Now, what's interesting about the first part is the way it's presented, it could be expressed or translated another way. The word severe is actually raha in Hebrew. Probably not saying it right. But raha is a sense of evil in every possibility, every sense possible. So it could be saying here that for the one who forsakes the way, discipline is evil for him. He doesn't want to be corrected, which goes well with the other part. He hates reproof, and therefore he will die. It would be like repeating the same kind of hard attitude because he doesn't want to follow the right way. He's going to hate reproof, hate discipline, and end up dead. You see, right, the whole heart attitude when it comes to instruction and correction compared to what we've been seeing from this person of understanding who is seeking it, wanting it, correction even. Just give it to me, I'll take it. And ultimately though, this hard-heartedness, well, it's going to lead to some pretty bad repercussions. Yeah, consequences. Yeah, because we can read, he who is often reproved, yet stiffens his neck, will suddenly be broken beyond healing. Well, he'll die even. Now, don't miss that. He says it's not the often reproved part that's bad. Because I could be corrected many times when I'm trying to seek wisdom. Right? The whole point is that even though seeking wisdom could be corrected and reproved many times in the process of growing and learning, it's that part that's important. Stiffening his neck. It's all about the heart attitude. You resist the correction, you'll be destroyed. You receive the correction, you continue in the right way. Delivered from the snares of death and destruction. I hope you are seeing it. It's not just about being an evil, wicked, scoffer person. It's the heart attitude itself. One that we should be looking at our own hearts about. Now, ultimately, if necessary, there'll be some teaching the hard way. Like the last two little Proverbs will show us. Strike a scoffer, and the simple will learn prudence. Reprove a man of understanding, and he will gain knowledge. A little bit later on, it says, when a scoffer is punished, the simple becomes wise. When a wise man is instructed, he gains knowledge. I hope you've seen that they're both saying the same thing. And you're also reminded that in Proverbs, there's 3 types of people. We got the scoffers, mockers, fools who resist God's word. You got the wise who want God's word, but then you get the simple. Simple are in between. Remember, they're like before 2 types of people. They're before the lady wisdom, lady folly, and they don't know which one to follow. This simple, he'll know what to follow when he sees the scoffer get punished, get broken, if you will. He's going to learn from how bad it goes for them that, yeah, that's the better way to go. Sometimes we need to be humble enough to say, maybe I'm the simpleton. Maybe I'm the person that's not as wise as I think. And it's when I see correction happen, my attitude before it will speak volumes. Now, either I have to see horrible consequences happen before I take advice and go the right way. Hopefully not. Hopefully we fall more and closer to the wise attitude, the wise son. And the simple correction is all we need. But like I said, sometimes we are that simpleton, that simple person who need to see severeness before we wake up. May the Lord move in our hearts to take and to seek and to apply and to live out wisdom as He shared it with us in His Word. To be that kind of man of understanding and not the scoffer or the simple, brothers and sisters. On that note, be blessed.